Welcome to another video by Florida Crafter. This butterfly represents the ultimate in mixed media projects. It literally covers the entire spectrum. So you've got sewing, stamping, painting, and beading. So how many of you have been thrift shopping and end up with a bunch of different trims and laces and things like that in a bag and a bunch of bias tape and you frankly just don't know what to do with it? Well, welcome to the club. So I've been on a mission to try and figure out what to do with all that bias tape. So this project is actually based on a tutorial that was posted by Creative Kelly from Cali, and I'll post a link and also talk about it in a few minutes. But basically, I just adapted it to use it with bias tape, and I cut 4 pieces, so 2 of them are 3 1/4 of the wide one, and then the thin one is 3 inches long, and you need 2 pieces of that one as well. Open up the bias tape halfway and then iron out the middle wrinkle, or the middle pleat, and until you get 4 pieces that are flat. So the width of the pieces doesn't matter all that much. The bottom, or the narrow ones, should be really at least an inch, and the top ones can be anywhere from about 1 1/4 to 1 3/4, as in this case. So I pulled out some of my old stamps, and this is a background stamp from Hero Arts. And you can use really any ink with this. I chose to use the archival ink. You can use any really waterproof ink is probably the best, so it doesn't bleed when you paint the fabric afterwards. When you make the butterfly, each of these is going to get actually folded in half, so you're only going to see the top half. So I've stamped all 4 pieces, and now I'm going to start painting and filling them in. So if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm completely obsessed with Lumiere paints. I can't help it. I love them. And so another excuse to break those out and start painting with them. And then I also had some that are from just a different company. It's called So Soft. It's also fabric paint with shimmery colors. So use your fabric paints, and if you don't have fabric paints, you can use any acrylic paint and just add in a fabric medium to it and go ahead and paint away. Okay, once you get all 4 pieces finished, it'll look something like this. And again, these are going to be folded in half, and you're just going to sew a running stitch of the 2 ends together. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second. It's a good idea to glue down the ends if they're loose. So I went ahead and used my fabric glue for that. And by the way, I just wanted to mention I bought this at Tuesday Morning. They had them for like $1.50, I think, per bottle. And I didn't notice until I looked at it up close that it was actually for silk flowers, so it can be used for fabric, and it's actually made to be flexible, and it turns out that it's the best fabric glue I've ever used. It's awesome, and can't beat the price. So if you get a chance to run to Tuesday Morning and get some, I stocked up. So as I mentioned, the complete details on how to make the butterfly are actually already done in a video from Creative Kelly from Cali, and so I'll just go ahead and reference her video instead of trying to redo it. I'll just tell you what's different in this one. So I've got my 4 pieces, and they're gathered, or they're sewn. The ends are sewn together and gathered, and then I just hot glued them to a circle that I think it was a 1.5 inch punch, and put them laid out exactly as you see here. The next step is to punch out a little piece of material that goes down the center, and it'll be a platform for all the beads that you're going to put on it. And also it's kind of covers up the gathered bits in the middle. So there's probably easier ways to do this. You can either cut out strips that are 1/2 inch wide and then just round the edges, or you can cut out like an oval and then use your 1/2 inch template to cut out the center. The original tutorial shows how to do the beading, so I won't go over that again, but here's just an example of the beads that I put together and the little antenna, and couldn't have been any cuter. I just love the way these turned out. So now I've got plenty of stuff to do with my bias tape. One quick other note, you'll need to look at the directions on your paint, but if you do use fabric paint, you usually have to heat set it to make it permanent. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I look forward to receiving your comments and questions. And also, if you do make any of these butterflies, I would absolutely love to see what you come up with, because once you stamp and paint, really the sky's the limit, so you can make it your own. All right, look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks again.